So, usually when I do these kind of videos, I usually talk about, like, fan fiction ideas that I just don't get off the ground, or just think about, like, hey, wouldn't that be a fun idea, or something like that. But this time around, I'm going to be talking about an actual book that I had, in mind. It was just kind of a loose book idea, and, it was just kind of a loose book idea. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna write it. I don't think I'm gonna write it out because it sounds way too close to an original story, to another thing that's actually out, like another form of media. And I was like, God, this sounds way too close to the other thing. So I don't know if I want to write this. And also, who would take it? Who would be willing to take this really out there idea? But anyway, so the idea was, in this story, which I don't think I ever gave a title, but basically in this story, it's a universe where major companies have these kind of like little fights, have these little fights everywhere, and each major company from around the world has like a mascot. But these mascots or people they're sponsoring are different. They're actually spliced with dinosaur DNA. Why dinosaur DNA? Because why not dinosaur DNA? So yes, they are genetically spliced with dinosaur DNA, and each competitor has like a different dinosaur spliced into them. And the main character of this was either going to be, because I was kind of teetering on either a Allosaurus or Carnotaurus as the DNA he was spliced with. So in here, the main character was working for a guy named by a guy named Alexander Cochrane, who was the head of the Cochrane Corporation, and Cochrane invested a lot of money and time into working with this. And basically, what this is that for every win, the businessmen get these companies get a bigger shareholding, and stocks go up, and their products are sold out faster. It's basically but if they lose, they have to like reacquiesce to whatever the winner's demands. Like, hey, I want to buy out your company, and take this from you. If basically the loser has to give up whatever the winner of each fight wants. So it could either be like a buyout, or certain stocks are now theirs. Or even like, hey, that product you were working on? I'm going to take that. You have to give me everything because you lost this match. So that's what's kind of drilled into them, is like, don't fucking lose, because they write a lot into this. So the Cochrane Corporation has just now entered the game for the first time, because now they're really feeling the wolves at the door, and that's why they bring in this new guy who was really down on his luck. He was a veteran who came home, suffered from PTSD, and his family kind of ran away from him because his PTSD was so bad. So he eventually finds his way into the Cochrane Corporation, and they genetically alter him and make him into a dino soldier. So with that in mind, he's sent out to fight others of his kind. Like, every corporation has has a major one. The reigning champ of these tournaments is basically a guy who's genetically altered with a ankylosaur. So yeah, an ankylosaur is more or less the reigning champ of these tournaments. You may be thinking a T-Rex, and yeah, I was thinking of a T-Rex, but not as like an ally, more of an enemy. So yeah, there's a guy who does have T-Rex DNA in him, but he is more of an antagonist, because this antagonist, and you can clearly see how much thought I put into this, was that he was more like a rival to the main character. So yeah, he was more like, they were kind of like in a way like they were kind of like like rivals, and not like, they're like Shadow and Sonic, who used to be rivals, now they're allies. No. He thinks he's better. The guy who's the T-Rex thinks he's better The T-Rex guy clearly thought he was better than the others. He's very arrogant. So it's more like Goku and Vegeta, but without the friendliness to like the pseudo respect for one another. It's more like I'm spliced with the DNA of the king of the dinosaurs. So you get on your knees and praise to me and whatever. Other ones that were in here that had other like spliced dinosaur DNA was like there was one character who I thought of as like a Troodon, who, for those wondering, Troodons were these very intelligent carnivores that were very small but very. It's believed to be they were the smartest of the dinosaur species. And in here, I was thinking I was going to add to that is that he's this small little diminutive guy, but in turn he's actually incredibly intelligent, and actually rather he can fight, but instead he uses his mass intellect to build like traps and different weapons and what have you. He also like analyzes. He usually like hangs back and analyzes the others as they fight and gather data on them so he can better combat them. So that was the idea for the Troodon guy. Another was like a girl who could turn into who could have the spliced DNA of a Stegosaurus. Another who was like this ex-sumo wrestler who had the DNA of a Triceratops. Another was what was another one? There was also one who and you're probably wondering, well, how did the DNA of the dinosaurs help? Like, some of them have different abilities, some of them, like, of course, they get enhanced strength, speed, and durability. Yeah, so they actually kind of become like humanoid dinosaurs in order to fight. Now, if this sounds a little too familiar to something, you're probably right, because I was planning out this whole story. I was literally planning out this whole story, and stopped for a moment when I realized, wait a minute, I'm just making fucking Killing Bites. This is literally Killing Bites with dinosaurs. There's nothing different about this. This is literally Killing Bites with dinosaurs. If you're wondering what Killing Bites is an anime in which these major zaibatsus, these major corporations in Japan, genetically alter people and turn them into half-human, half-animals. Sounds really familiar, right? Almost like the thing I've been talking about for a while, right? So, yeah, I didn't realize it, but when I was writing out these ideas, I was literally like, I stopped and went, wait a fucking second, this is Killing Bites. This is literally just Killing Bites, but with dinosaurs. So, I immediately put the kibosh on this shit, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about with all of this. I kind of thought it'd be a little fun to talk about just this kind of idea and just throw it out there, because I've said I don't usually talk about original story ideas on here because I'm so paranoid that someone's going to come along and steal the idea. But I was like, I'm not actually going to write this, and plus it's way too close to Killing Bites. It's the same thing, but with dinosaurs. So that's why I was kind of like, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. So I figured, you know what, it's kind of a fun concept and enough to at least, it's at least deserving enough of a video, right? So hence why I am here doing this video for all of you. So yeah, like I said, that's the only reason I'm doing this video, was because I was just like, this is something else. It's the same as something else, but yeah, I just thought it'd be a fun video, more or less, and I'm kind of rambling at this point. So I'll leave it with you guys. What did you guys think of this story idea? Did you guys like it, hate it? And yes, I know it sounded way too close to Killing Bites. I'm even pretty sure that some of you guys in the comment section during the video were like, this sounds a little too much like Killing Bites. I'm well aware. I am very well aware of that. But in any case, once again, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.